our previous topic is making of independent India's constitution. We have done that topic completely, and finally we know that certain provisions of the Indian constitution cannot be changed under any circumstances. I repeat, certain provisions of the Indian constitution cannot be removed under any circumstances. Supreme Court gave verdict that certain provisions, certain basic principles cannot be removed under any circumstances. Example is fundamental rights. Example, fundamental rights. So fundamental rights are the basic principles. Fundamental rights are the basic principles. These fundamental rights or any other basic provisions, not only fundamental rights but also any other basic provisions in the constitution cannot be changed under any circumstances. This verdict was given in the Keshavananda Bharati case. Keshavananda Bharati case. In Keshavananda Bharati case, Supreme Court gave judgment, that means verdict. They say that certain provisions of the constitution cannot be amended, they cannot be changed. We can change the rest of the thing which were not basics, which were not basic in the constitution can be changed, but the basic principles or the basic ideas of the constitution cannot be changed under any circumstances. That was the verdict given by Supreme Court in Keshavananda Bharati and Union of India. In this case, they gave this verdict. So today our topic is a new topic, the election process. The election process in India. So in this topic we are going to observe that how the elections will be conducted in India. What is the procedure? Who will conduct the elections? You see, children, India is a vast country, huge population, a number of MP, MLAs were there, many states, many members will conduct. It is a very huge task to conduct elections in India. It is really very big task, a very hectic task to conduct elections in India. So who will conduct elections in India? Election Commission will conduct elections in India. Election Commission conducts elections in India. This election commission give code of conduct to the political parties. I repeat, this election commission also gives code of conduct to the political parties. They conduct elections. Okay, they declare results. After the declaring of the results, they give to the candidates. They'll give certificates to the winning candidates, and the winning candidates can form a government in the state level, and the winning candidates of the MP they can form a government in the central level. Okay, so this is the basic work they do. India is the largest democratic country. Many people, democratic means free and fair manner the election need to be held. People need to be elected their representative. So people need to be elected their representative. Such a big task was done by this election commission. So election commission will do the great task in a different way. Let us see. Election Commission of India. Election Commission of India. Now, what is Election Commission? When it was formed? Election Commission was formed on 25th January. On 25th January 1950. On 25th January 1950, an Election Commission was formed. Election Commission was an autonomous body. An autonomous body. It is a constitutional body. Autonomous constitutional body. Because, sir, what is an autonomous body? Autonomous body means it is an independent body. Independently it can be administered. Independently it can be behaved. And what about the constitutional body? There are two types of the bodies are there. One is constitutional body, which was made by the constitution, which was established by the constitution, and remaining were called as statutory bodies. Statutory bodies. Yeah. Example of the constitutional body which established under the provisions of the constitution. Example, Election Commission of India, UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. These are the examples. These are the examples of the constitutional bodies. And which are the statutory bodies? Statutory bodies are by the law it was established. Example, National Development Council, National Development Council, National Green Tribunal (NGT), National Green Tribunal, okay, National Minority Commission. So these are certain examples of statutory bodies. These statutory bodies can be removed. These statutory bodies can be removed, but this constitutional body cannot be removed. Constitutional bodies cannot be removed. That is the differences between the statutory body and constitutional body. It is a constitutional body. What does this body will do? What does this body will do? This will do that prepare electoral rolls. They prepare electoral rolls. Electoral rolls means voters list. Voters list. You might have known that your parents may receive certain slips, electro voter identity card they receive. So that the work that was issued by the election commission. And they also conduct elections. They conduct elections for whom? They conduct elections for Lok Sabha. They conduct elections for Lok Sabha. They conduct elections for Rajya Sabha. They also conduct elections for President. They also conduct elections for Vice President. Finally, they also conduct elections for the states. State assemblies. So that we understood that entire India, the major elections were held by this election commission. Lok Sabha elections, Rajya Sabha elections, President elections, Vice President elections, State Assembly elections. Means state MLA elections will conduct by Election Commission of India. Example, Grama Panchayat elections means Sarpanch, ward member, ward members, mayor, corporators, councillor. These elections were held by the State Election Commission. These were held by the State Election Commission. Yeah. It was by 2010, January 25, it completed 60 years. Election Commission completed 60 years. 2011, January 25, announced for Diamond Jubilee. Yeah. Diamond Jubilee celebrations. Announced for Diamond Jubilee celebrations. On the day of the Diamond Jubilee celebrations, we are celebrating that Voters Day, National Voters Day. So first National Voters Day, it was observed on 2011. From 2011 onwards, Voters Day is observing. Election Commission, they are organizing Voters Day, National Voters Day on 2011. Yeah, I told it is an autonomous body. Why we require this kind of the autonomous body? What is the need of this election commission? Thus, without election commission, we cannot conduct elections in India. Impossible. Very difficult task will be there without election commission. You see, if we go background once during British time. During British period, there is only 14% of the population had voting rights. Only 14% of the population had voting rights during British period. Okay. During 1952, first elections. When was first elections were held? Elections were held in 1952. That time only 17.32 crores voters were there. But now at present 67 crores. At present 67 crores of the population is they are ready to vote. They can cast their vote. So 67 crores is not a minimum population. Huge. It's one country's population, a small European country's population also. So that it is a very big task to conduct elections. To conduct elections in a free and fair, in a proper manner, they require a staff. They require election staff. But you know that they cannot recruit the staff every year. Always, there is no permanent staff in election commission, because for the conduction of elections, they wanted to conduct elections, there will be no permanent staff will be there, because elections are not regularly held. 5 years once, if anybody died or anybody resigned, so 1-2 places elections were held, but not every day, not every year these elections were held. So, excuse me, so that there is no regular staff to work in the election duty. So, to conduct elections, averagely 45 lakh staff required. 45 lakhs staff is required to conduct elections. Okay, so that in 324 article clause 6, in our previous session we have discussed that 395 articles are there. Among the 395 articles, 326 article says something. 326 subclause, clause 6 article says that permission of the president and permission of the governor is needed to take the staff of the central government and state government. Example, if the Central Election Commission, they wanted to take central government employees, they have to take president permission. You see, in elections, mostly government teachers, government officers, government servants, they work in election duty. So, central government employees, election commission want to take central government employees, they have to take president permission. If they wanted to take state government employees, they have to take governor's permission. So this is Article 324 Clause 6 says that permission is needed to take central and state government from the president and vice president. Next step. One more important clause in 326 Article subclause 6 is without prior permission of election commission. You should not transfer the person from one place to another place during elections. If they wanted to transfer central government employee, they have to inform election commission. Election commission was very powerful body during elections. In the election time, election commission only the highest body. Okay, nobody, they will not listen to anybody. Everything, police also they have to listen to election commission. Everybody, because it has a lot of power. So this election commission is doing different tasks. So that who is the head of this election commission? Election commission head is Chief Election Commissioner. Chief Election Commissioner. Chief Election Commissioner will head this Election Commission of India. Chief Election Commissioner. Present Chief Election Commissioner is Sunil Arora. A-U-R-O-R-A. Sunil Arora. Present Chief Election Commissioner of India. Actually, earlier only one CEC was there. CEC means Chief Election Commissioner. Shortcut. Only one CEC was there. But from 1993 onwards, 3 election commissioners are there. Three. So 1, 2, 3. So he is Chief Election Commissioner. Remaining these two are election commissioners. If election commissioner resigns or election commissioner retire, one of the person, the senior person among the two will come and another person will come here. So that 3 persons are there still now. One is main chief, remaining are election commissioners. One is Chief Election Commissioner, remaining are normal election commissioners. So this point you have to understand. Let us see, there are so many election commissioners are there, but one election commissioner was very popular in Indian politics, very popular in India. So he is Mr. T.N. Seshan. Mr. T.N. Seshan, his tenure was during 1992-1996. He worked as a Chief Election Commissioner. He was the 10th Chief Election Commissioner. 10th Chief Election Commissioner. He did lot of reforms, lot of good things he have done. That's what many members, they remembered TN Seshan till now. Recently he was passed away. He is a very famous person. Let us see what are the recommendations. First recommendation, eradication. Eradication of corruption. Eradication of corruption in elections. In elections usually they distribute the money. He wanted to eradicate this thing. Next, second one, 14 days time limit. 14 days time limit for campaigning after withdrawal of nomination. Example, now I wanted to contest in elections. I gave my all nomination papers. Whenever you wanted to contest in elections, you have to fill certain documents you have to submit to the officers. So at the time you thought that I wanted to contest, then you submitted. And you can take back also. You can withdraw your nominations. You can withdraw the nomination. After withdrawal of the nomination, 14 days time limit is there for campaigning. In campaigning purpose, 14 days time limit. For campaigning. After withdrawal of nominations. Yeah. After withdrawal of nominations, you have a 14 days time limit. 14 days you can move anywhere, wherever you wanted to do you wanted to tell something, you wanted to do anything, you can go for the election campaign. Okay? Next, the third one. One should contest not more than two constituencies. Yeah, two constituencies. If you wanted to contest in elections, you can contest from two constituencies. For example, you can contest from Karimnagar, you can contest from Adilabad. But you wanted to contest from three places, not possible. Pawan Kalyan was contested in two places he was lost. Modi contested from two constituencies, he won from two constituencies. Okay? So whenever he won from two constituencies, he have to resign for one post. He have to resign for anyone. Okay? Next, that is the one should contest not more than two constituencies. Fourth one is very important, that if person punished for 2 years, if person punished for 2 years, barred means not accepted, barred from contesting elections, for next 6 years. For example, myself, I did certain crime. So court gave punishment to me for 2 years. So 2 years punishment I got. So due to that, I cannot contest elections in upcoming 6 years. In between 6 years, I do not have any legality to contest elections. So you have to be no need to contest if he imprisoned. Example, Lalu Prasad Yadav, ex-Bihar CM, is not contesting now because he is in jail. Next, the fifth point. If contesting candidate dies, if the contesting candidate is died due to certain things, elections shall be postponed but not abolished. If contesting candidate expires, election will be postponed, but not suspended but not abolished. So after a few times, 15 days, 20 days time, again elections will be there, but completely elections were not abolished, not cancelled. And one of the sixth important is, during election time, sale of liquor was banned. Sale of liquor banned before 48 hours before 40 hours of elections. Because you might have known that many members, they distribute liquors before elections. So the government wanted to, election commission, TN Seshan recommended that 48 hours there will be no need to open the bars, no need to open the wine shops. So these 6 are very important. These 6 are very, very important recommendations suggested by TN Seshan. Right now also these were continuing. So because of these recommendations, he became very famous election commissioner in India, TN Seshan. These are the recommendations. Let us see once. Now, what election commission do actually? So before election commission do actually, let us see about this election commission, where we will find out. In our yesterday discussion, I said to you that constitution is 25 parts are there. Constitution divides into 25 parts. Constitution divides into 25 parts. First part is deals with the union territory, union and states. Union and state. First one deals with first part of the constitution deals with the union and states, union territory and states. Second part of the constitution deals with the Citizenship Act. Citizenship. Third part of the constitution deals with the fundamental rights. Like fourth is again another. Fourth A is again DPSPs. Like so many 25 parts. 15th part of the constitution. 15th part of the constitution deals with the elections or election commission. Okay. If we wanted to see in the constitution, if we wanted to find about election commission, you can find in the part 15th part. If you see the first part, you will not find out. You will find this election commission information in constitution, that is in the 15th part. In the 15th part, these are from 324 article to 329 articles. Yeah, articles very, very important. Yeah, in the constitution, 15th part, 324 article to 329 articles are. 329 articles are referred as these are comes under elections. Let us see what are the functions of election commission. Functions. What election commission do usually? Election commission has certain powers. Election commissions has certain powers. First is administrative power. Yeah. Under administrative powers, first thing they can electoral rolls. They print the electoral rolls. Means voters list. Those who are completed 18 years. Okay, so they were added into those who we have to apply. If you want to go right to vote, you have to apply for the right to vote. Then voters list will be updated every time. Every time it will be updated. If the died persons are there, their names will be removed. New persons or new candidates will be acquired to completed their 18 years age. They can be their names will be entered into these electoral rolls. So that under administrative powers, electoral rolls will be printed. Voters list will be printed. In your houses, I think they distribute to you certain small list. They also give to you electronic voter identity card, electronic photo identity card. Next, second one is demarcation of constituencies. Demarcation of constituencies. For example, this is one constitution. This constitution only one MP is there. For example, in upcoming days, it was most population was increased. What they will do? They will segregate this constitution. This will be one constitution and this will be second constitution. That means demarcation. The territory, they divide the border. They divide the border. Yes, this is one constituency. This is one constituency. The constituency, it depends upon the population. If the population increases in upcoming days, it also will become one more. 1, 2, 3. This is 2 and this is 4. So the constitution will be depends upon the population. If population increases, They will make new constituencies, demarcation of constituencies with the help of the delimitation committee, or delimitation commission. So this delimitation commission will be there. This delimitation committee will tell, yeah, this is the borders. Here these many voters are there, and here these many borders are there. So that it is separate constituency and it is separate constituency. So this is the second point. Third important point is schedule of elections, announcement of elections, announcement for elections. So they announce that for the elections, press note in TV, newspaper, they announce that we are going to conduct elections on so and so dates, and they receive nominations. Nomination means those who wanted to contest in elections, they will take the documents from the persons. They will take the appropriate documents from the person, that is called as nominations. For example, you are nominated, you gave the documents, but your documents were not correct. Your document was not filled as per the rule. Your nomination will be cancelled. So that is comes under scrutinization. Scrutinizes the documents. The nomination, whenever we submit, they check it is correct or not. Whenever you contest in elections, you have to tell each and everything about you, or how much study you have done, how many properties are there, how many cases are there, what is your name, where you are belongs to, everything. Next step, finalizing polling dates. They also issue that polling dates. They also issue that polling dates. They also allot symbols. For example, person belongs to BJP party. Person wanted to contest from BJP party. His symbol will be the lotus. Person belongs to TRS, car. Person belongs to Congress, hand. But the person who does not belongs to any party, so for them, independent candidate, they allot certain symbols like a gas, like a ball, like a bat. Any symbols will be allotted. New symbols will be allotted. They also issue the code of conduct. What are the do's and don'ts during the elections? They also issue the code of conduct to the political parties. They observe. So these are the do's and these are the don'ts. Okay. Next, they also that recognition of the parties. Recognition of political parties. Example: one of you wanted to start a new party, so that you wanted to start new party, you have to be registered in the party in election commission. So you have to go to election commission, you have to approach, and they will give permission the party, they will give the symbol also the party. They will also allot a separate symbol to you. So that is recognition of the parties also they will give. They observe the elections. During elections time, how many members they are spending money, how much money they are spending. So they observe the elections. They also see the malpractices. We know that malpractices, they will give certain money, they will give certain things, they will do so many things, so that they clearly observe the malpractices. If they see that yes, that person did the malpractices, they can cancel. The persons to contest in election. That person was debarred to not contest in the elections. Okay. So these are the administrative powers. They print the electoral rolls. Demarcation of the constituencies with the help of the delimitation commission, means they create new constituencies. Announcement for elections. Receive nominations. Scrutinizes the papers. Polling days will be announced. They allot the symbols. Code of conduct will be given to the political parties. They also recognize the political party. You wanted to start a new party, that party need to be approved by the election commission. Next, observe the elections. They clearly observe the elections, what is going on. And they also see the malpractices. If they found that malpractices are done, again re-election will be conducted. For example, one constituency, there are rigging was going on. Rigging means fake votes and so many malpractices going on. Then they cancel the elections. They conduct re-elections. in the constituency. So these are comes under administrative power. Okay, next advisory powers. Let us see the advisory powers. Yeah, under advisory power. Yeah, advisory powers. They are also having advisory power. They are also having advisory power. Under advisory power, they advises the president. They advises the president. They advises the president. So president, they also advises the president for what purpose? For disqualification of the candidate. Disqualification of candidates. Sir, what is disqualification of candidates? Example. You want from a party. You want as a party member. You jumped in a B party. When you jumped in a B party, whenever you jumped in another party, you will be disqualified. Isn't it? You will be disqualified. You become for example, you are independent. You are not from any. You are independent. Independent candidate can be joined in any party. But for example, you want from one party, some A and B, A party. But you wanted to jump into B party, your MLA will be, that your post will be cancelled. You will be disqualified. Next, it also under advisory. It also next. Third one is quasi judiciary powers. Quasi judiciary powers means, judiciary means sometimes they act like courts. Sometimes they act as courts. When what time they act as court? Sometimes disputes among the parties. We know that sometimes they solve the disputes. Disputes among the parties. Example. When Jayalalitha was died, the party was divided into two groups. So one of the groups says that the party symbol ADMK belongs to us, and another group is also claiming that no, that party belongs to ours. We are the actual party members. So that they will solve the dispute. So they will solve the disputes between the party. So that is called as quasi judiciary. Next, and also they also give adult franchisee. Adult franchisee means, without respect of caste, creed, race, rich, poor, whatever it is. You are a rich, you are a poor, you are belongs to different sex, you are belongs to different community, whatever it is. If you are above 18 years, they will give voting rights to you. So voting rights is given by Election Commission. Election Commission will give voting rights to us. Election Commission gives voting rights to us. Again, a body of voters called electorate. Yeah. A body of voters is called as electorate. What is electorate? Electorate means a body of voters. Those person is above 18 years. That means male, female, third gender, whatever it is. For them, they will give voting rights. So that these kind of the things also Election Commission will do. And Election Commission also will do a different work. That is what Election Commission will do. In the beginning, I said that Election Commission, they issue certain code of conduct to the political parties. Political parties in elections, they say that political parties do, political parties don't. What is that? Actually, political parties form out when it has written code of conduct. For example, I wanted to form a party. That party needs a code of conduct. Without code of conduct, they will not give permission. Political party formed when it has code of conduct. I repeat, political party has formed when it has code of conduct and register at the Election Commission. So for our party, code of conduct is needed, do's and don'ts are needed, and also our party need to be registered at the election commission. So there are the party symbols. They also give party symbols. Party symbols. Party symbols. That we know that different symbols are there for Congress party, TRS party, BJP party, NPC party. Whenever you register at election commission your party, they will allot this is your symbol. Okay, they'll give you the certain symbols. You may give the option. We want this kind of symbol. They may also think it is not possible. They may give different symbols, and they also declare regional and national party. Yeah, they also decide that which is a regional party. They also decide that which is a regional party, which is a national party. Sir, what is regional party? What is national party? Let us see the example. Yeah, what is regional party? What is national party? Election commission will decide which is the regional party, which is the state, which is the national party. First, let us see regional party. Regional party. Sir, what is regional party? Very simple. Regional party. In a state elections, a party win 3% of valid votes. A party wins 3% of valid votes. 3% of valid votes or 3 assembly seats. 3 assembly seats. Yeah, right. So a party wins 3% of the valid votes. 3% of the valid vote and or either 3% of the valid votes or 3 assembly seats. That party is called as regional party. Example: I established one XYZ party. I got only 2% of the votes and 2% they won. So this is my party will be not recognized as a regional party. Can we give example of the regional party? Examples of the regional party: TRS, TDP, YSRCP. These are the examples of the regional parties. TRS, it is in not there in Tamil Nadu, not in Andhra Pradesh, not in Delhi. TDP, not in more than one state, and YSRCP, it is only in one state. And DMK party, AIDMK party. So these all are regional parties. So this is the regional party. Then what is the national party? Yeah, you know that national parties means BJP, okay, and Congress, CPI, CPM. These are the regional parties. How regional parties? Election Commission will decide. You know, in 4 states. In regional parties, 4 states with 6% of the votes. 6% of the valid votes. 6% of valid votes are 11 MP seats. Or 11 MP seats from 4 different states. So these are the differences between the regional party and national party. Okay, right, children. Let us once revise. What is regional party? Regional party means a party which can be win 3% of the valid votes. 3% of the valid votes. Some votes were not valid. Or you see, please you remember or 3 assembly seats. Either 3% valid votes or 3 assembly seats. So that party is called as regional party. What is national party? National party means a party which can be contest in elections in 4 states with 6% of valid states. For example, XYZ party is contesting in 4 states. They got 6% of the valid votes. That party can become a national party. Or these you see or. If the party win 11 MP seats from the 4 different states. For example, the party got only 12 or 11 seats in one state. That party will be not become a national party. That need to be become a national party. Definitely 4 different states. They have to win more 11 seats, 11 or more than 11 seats in the 4 different seats, then only it will become a national party. So that the examples of the national parties are INC, Indian National Congress, BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party, CPI, okay, Communist Party of India, TMC, Trinamool Congress, NPC, National People's Congress. So these are the examples of the national party. These are the examples of the regional parties. These regional parties also called as state parties. These regional parties also called as state parties because these state parties are confined in the only one state. TRS only one state, TDP 1 or 2 states, YSRCP 1 or 2 states, DMK only one state, AIDMK only one state, Seshan only one state, Congress all the states, BJP all the states, CPI all the states, TMC many states, NPC many states. So you have to understand that it is not tricky. 6-4. 4 states, 6% of the vote, or 11 MP seats in 4 different states. 11 MP seats in 4 different states. 3% votes are 3 assembly seats. So that if which party got 3% of the votes at 3 assembly seats, that party can be recognized as a regional party. Which party can be fulfill these categories? These two can be become a national party. So children, this is our lesson, elections procedure. In this lesson we have done that what is election commission, how does it work, and who will head the election commission, and TN session recommendations, and election commission powers, election commission code of conduct, and TN session recommendations. After we also said that what are the formality to become a regional party or national party. I hope you understand. Thank you.